Hey, what's up? It's me, Jessica J, and I was just wondering if you've ever sat and thought to yourself, what constitutes an awful message to an attractive girl? Well, if so, I'm glad you asked, because I just got done going through a bunch of my DMs, and normally, I get several on my Instagram, Jessica Hollywood, and what I just do, I don't even read them, I just go hit delete all, because I know what they're gonna say anyway. And that's what today's video is about. It's about the 4 types of messages that are god-awful enough for you to please never use again. Because really, your message could be make it or break it. It could be the difference between you getting your foot in the door and you never getting your dick in the puss. So I'm gonna go over the 4 awful messages that most guys out there are sending to attractive girls and what you should be sending instead. So let's get started. The first one is the overly complimentary message. So you probably are aware of these types of messages because you've probably seen them in my comments below. You might also be guilty of sending these. These are the ones that are like, hey girl, oh my god, you're so hot. I can't believe it, how hot you are. If you were my girl, I would totally rub you with peanut butter and jelly and make you for a sandwich because you're a snack girl. Oh my god, how do I get them digits, girl? Here are my digits. Call me. For fuck's sake, we really... First of all, there's this... Everybody knows not to objectify a woman. And objectifying doesn't necessarily mean you're being a pervert. Objectifying literally means you are looking at her as something other than human. And when you overly compliment on her looks, guess what? You're an objectifier. So if you think you're being oh no, I just appreciate beauty and shit, Jessica J, what's wrong with that? Find out exactly what's wrong with that and how to better compliment a girl in a way that gets her going oh my god, what an amazing compliment and guy in my Speak to Spark Arousal program at speaktosparkarousal.com. Because yes, you should appreciate beauty and I appreciate y'all who appreciate me. However, the over complimentary message is not the way to go. The second type of awful message is the overly personal. Okay, you probably heard me say over and over again to use personal, relevant statements when it comes to women. Because what's the number one thing we're all interested in? Yes, it is ourselves. And the number one thing we can all relate to is, yes, I go over it in my Speak to Spark Arousal program, it's our human experiences. However, if you come out the door with, hey, you seem so hot, my ex was such a bitch, and I caught her cheating on me with my best friend and my uncle, and that thing you said in that meme about how you hate cheaters, that's how I feel, because I would never do that, because I've been cheated on, and I'm totally that type of guy that would rub your feet at the end of the day, because I love feet and shit. So yeah. First of all, if I don't fucking ask and it's not relevant to the situation, it's weird. Anytime anybody is overly personal with us without us prompting such a revelation, is always going to be overbearing and overwhelming. We want to hear people's personal experiences when we feel like we can already relate to them. So if you come out the door swinging with the personal, you may as well be swinging your peen in her face. And that's just not appropriate. Which brings me to my third type of message, which is the overly relating message. Again, like I said, in my Speak to Spark Arousal program, it is the tenet of the entire program to speak in a personal, relatable way so that we women feel comfortable with you, so we feel like we can let our guard down with you, so we feel like we could trust you. However, if you are forcing the relation, that's what we feel uncomfortable, because we have to be an accomplice in that connection. Let me explain. Sending out a message to a girl based on what you stalked about her in her Instagram, oh my god, girl, I see you really like swimming. I love swimming. I've been swimming forever. I could totally one-up you in swimming. We'd be the best swimmers ever. And I also saw that you're lactose intolerant. I'm just telling you right now that I'm very well versed in the intolerance of lactose. So I would never make you do anything or eat anything that involved milk or cheese. But only if you want to, because I see that you're into Gouda sometimes. like me, I am also into Gouda sometimes. However, I think we could just totally make this work, girl. Again, to come out of the woodwork, forcing a relation without her even giving any consensual input, in that she's giving input in the moment of her own personal stuff. You trying to force it based on what you know about her from having stalked her social media does not a connection make. So stop the forced connections and the forced personal shit, because it's only going to weird us out and it's only going to be a waste of your time and energy. Now the fourth message is what I like to call the tryhard. This is when you're trying too hard to be unlike other guys. This is when you're trying too hard to be funny. This is when you're trying too hard to be alpha. You're trying too hard to be flirty. Again, it's anything that you're trying to be without her giving any input whatsoever. Whether it's, yeah, I bet you get a lot of guys who are talk about how hot you are, but I could totally see that you've got more depth to you because I'm a different type of guy, girl. Or even, hey girl, I'm sending you a recording because I bet all these other guys write stupid fucking messages, but I just want to let you know that I'm a different kind of guy. I would totally love to take you out. But whatever, I might not have enough time to take you out. I just wanted to let you know, girl, that I'm not like these other guys out here. In case you didn't realize, that was a voice recording, which I'm getting a lot more of these days, which is really weirding me out, even though I do know a dating coach who prolifically tells all his students to send voice messages on Instagram or video messages whenever they can, and nothing creeps me out as an introvert more. Listen, if anything is forced from your end without her giving any input, it is an awful message. The only time it's a good message is when it's engaging and back and forth, which is what I go over in my Speech Spark Arousal program in regards to getting her to feel that knee-jerk reaction to respond to you based on you giving personal, relevant statements. I go over the entire thing again in my Speech to Spark Arousal program, which is gonna help you formulate the perfect type of message that could get any girl thinking oh my God, this guy really is different. Because that's the only way you're going to set yourself apart from all these other guys out there, is to give you. You are the only thing no other guy on this planet can give a woman. And unless you know how to give your personal relevant self to a woman, guess what? You're gonna fade into the masses of her mass deleted DMs. So check it out now, again, at speaksparkarousal.com. Thanks for watching as always, and I'll see you guys next time.